Rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings with Kirk Cousins leading the way. Cousins surprisingly efficient in his first season as a member of the Vikings. He hit on better than 70% of his passes, second only to Drew Brees, and was actually just the 6th ever NFL quarterback to finish a season above that 70% mark. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And coming off the season which saw him set career highs across the board is tight end Zach Ertz, who's been around for a little while, but continues to improve in every facet. In fact, last year, he set the record for catches in a season by a tight end with 116, and he thinks that he can match that number or surpass it this season.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. But look now at the lineup defensively for Chicago. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Play action now. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Mahomes now to throw. Steps away to his left. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Watch 18, 15. Safety's creeping. Check 26, check 26. Hey, he's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week, and here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Exit. 451. Not today, you are. Not today. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Attack.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Being chased out left. And the Chicago Bears are in the end zone. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
Yellow. There's a blue lady. Watch the run. Watch the run. Right.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Flush to his right. Bryant with a catch right side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Check 13. Check 13. Check. Fresno.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Ricky. 51's Mike. Mike 43. 43.
And again, it's Mahomes. That is caught at the 7-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Hey, let's go. It's time to cry. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. LaShawn Sims with the INT. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Let him know, let him know.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. A big chunk of real estate covered on the scramble, but it will be 3rd and goal. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
We got motion. Back up. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 57. Go. Save. Check, nickel.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cameron Meredith, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection is strong. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mike. Check.
Cousins on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down. They'll run it now. This is Chuck Hendrick West. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
That ball don't belong to you, boy. That ball belongs to us.
Des Bryant now, he gears up to help lead this offense again. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Bryant now to tack on the extra point.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A big play there on the catch and run. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Ertz over the middle. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, if they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do. Tighten down everything they're doing, and then maybe explode at the right time.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
An incomplete pass. Pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
43, 15.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Golden Tate. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
to make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the Eagles who were able to swoop in and get the road victory. The final, 26-14. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Baker Mayfield, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. 28-10, the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together?
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup? We won't put up a fight. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Washington, and now they lead this ball game as well. Set to go here, 1st and 10. Buying time to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jerome Baker able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes him back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, Mahomes, flush to his right. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Phillip Lindsey, his first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On the delay, here's Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, We'll step aside and be right back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Big stop. Big stop.
On second down now, it's West. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Out to Cole on the right side. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the run, Darkwan. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Third and long for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. You've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control. As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Another run, this time McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. The left side completion to Jones. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Julio Jones. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, but it'll be second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes gets it to Meredith, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike, quit talking about it and bring it. Small. Mike, 50. Color. 55. Squeeze, double. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. We ain't giving up nothing today. Watch twist. 25, check 25.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes throwing the out route incomplete. That's Quinn. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 25. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Got a man, it's right. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Switch. Alert.
They'll run with Lindsey. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
You don't want it.
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Cameron Meredith. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as the Bears push further out in front.
Yellow. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. In your face. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Set the tone, defense. Set ripple is. Let's go. Check it back.
From the gun, it's Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And now out comes Minnesota. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Cousins now. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Hassan Reddick coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
McCaffrey down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Shut down. Motion, check.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Watch the run. This shot, baby. That's a baby shot. He's checking. Crash. Attack. Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that? 51's the Mike. They're not ready for this.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Completes this one to Meredith. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still 3rd down.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down.
On Sunday. Oh, yeah, he's coming. Yellow. Double up. Mike 51. Watch the slant. Let's go. Mike 51. Hey, 15. Right here, guys.
Now here's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble, too, as he scrambles for a first down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. from 8 yards out as the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later? I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt and missed mine. No, okay.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Darkwan. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Taco Charlton, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Cousins. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this. And the pressure gets to him again. Taco Charlton. And the Bears will get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. This is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never